I draw him wonky. He's wonky.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hey, thanks for joining me. Let me tell you a tale of frustration. I have wanted to get my hands on this book for obvious reasons if you follow my channel for a long time, but they're kind of hard to come by in a manner that's not insanely expensive. I've seen some videos online where people were reviewing it and talking about it, so I've seen the guts of it. I kind of know what's going on inside it, but it was kind of hard to find a copy of it. As far as I understand, this Last Blood, before the current Young Blood crop of stuff that Liefeld is doing, he was doing this Last Blood thing, and he got 2 issues into it, and then it seems like the case is that he got the rights back to Young Blood and then just pivoted and he's off doing that. Issue 4 is available to order on his website, which I've got on the way before it becomes available to the regular market in comic shops. So if you want to pick up his Youngblood works before they're available in the shops, just go to his Liefeld Creations and order it. I can't believe I'm hawking for the guy, you know, helping sell books for him. But Last Blood was just, I guess he just abandoned it, or he says in his brain that he'll get back to it. Fucking who knows? I don't know. But I wanted to see it. I want to get my own hands on it. And so perusing through that page on Facebook that I go to all the time where people are selling stuff, this guy posts up an issue of Last Blood and, you know, available to sell. And I paid way more for this than I should. But I'm like, it's good content for the channel, so I paid. All right, that's not the sad part. That's not the frustrating part. That's me making a choice on my own, and I got to be happy with it. But not 2 days later, a guy hits me up on Facebook Messenger, John Mills. I hope I'm remembering your name correctly, sir. I just looked it up, but then my brain kind of goes blank. He hits me up, and he's like, hey man, because I had put out there on the Facebook page that I was kind of curious about the book, but I hadn't said definitively that I had bought it. I had, but I didn't put that publicly. I kind of worked it out privately with the guy who sold this to me. So this other guy hits me up and he's like, hey, you still looking for a copy of Last Blood? I have a copy, I'll get you. And I was like, oh, I mean, that would be awesome. I've already got one on the way. I was under the mistaken impression I was getting like the regular full color edition. That's what I thought that I was getting. And this other guy was like, well, I've got an extra copy. It's the manga edition. And he says, if you want it, I'll let you have it. And I was like, well, I would love to see the manga edition. I'm actually more interested in that than any of the others. So, I mean, I'm like, what do you want for it? And the guy was very kind. He's like, you know what? I'll let you have it. You can just have it. I was like, I'm not trying to get anything for free. I mean, I'll pay something for it. You know, it depends. What do you want? And I was like, I'll even pay for shipping. Like, what do you want? And he was really kind. He's like, it's the Christmas season. This is back in December. He's like, it's the Christmas season. I got you. And he also lives here in the same state. So didn't live very far away. And so shipping was not really a big deal. And he's like, I'll just send it to you. So we chatted back and forth, and he's like, it's always nice to find a fellow kind of Liefeld fan. I was like, well, I mean, calling me a fan is a little bit, maybe. So I explained to him what I do, and, my stuff isn't always, in fact, almost never kind to the guy's work and to his art. But he's like, everyone's allowed their opinion, blah, 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 blah. Really nice guy. So he sent me a copy, the extra copy that he had. Now, the one that I bought and paid way too much for was this one. And the one that the other guy sent me was this one. Now, this one's actually signed by Liefeld. And I got it for free. So the guy's really awesome. But the thing that was the most frustrating is that I didn't get a full color version. I got 2 manga editions. Now, why the fuck is there a black cover one and a white cover one? Like, there's no difference except black and white. Mr. Liefeld, I'm going to do multiple covers and just generate tons of revenue, whatever. People bought it. People were interested. So here we are. So I paid way too much for this. But again, my choice. And then the fella who sent me this one, sends me for free a copy signed by Liefeld. So I have two. So I might need to put this one out there and see if anyone wants to buy it, because I don't need two of these. And it would be nice to make a few bucks back off the thing that I already spent money on. All that aside, I was really interested in seeing this, but the thing that I was most interested in is I wanted this manga edition because I had seen pages of it, and it was done with this gray tone, all color removed, and then they brought on this fella right here on top, Stefan Ricksadler. I hope I'm saying your name right, man. Brings him into, I guess, I'm assuming he got access to the black and white artwork, and then he gets to go in and just add gray tones to it and highlights and just kind of make it look like a Japanese manga edition, which I don't know if just adding gray tones gives it the right to, you know, adopt the title manga, considering the absolute true and epic art form that is that. Is it the same thing? I don't know. Who cares? This is one of the most interesting looking art-wise modern Liefeld books that could possibly be found. I found myself enjoying it significantly more because of the gray tones only. So this Stefan Ricksadler, look him up. I've got to talk to him. We kind of chatted back and forth a while ago, and we kind of have maintained kind of an internet friendship. Really nice guy, incredibly talented artist. He's absolutely fantastic. Go look him up. That guy has got some skills. This story, it's kind of like if you watch any of my videos on Liefeld and his current stuff, it's going to be more of the same with the ridiculous, like, repetitiveness of the art, the storytelling choices, the laziness of the art, but the gray tones on it do add something to my eye that makes it more interesting. So it's both kind of cool in some aspects, and then also like, what the fuck are we doing here? How much momentum and energy and passion has Liefeld lost? He'll tell you he hasn't lost a step, and that this is the best work he's ever done, but it's not, in my opinion. So we start out, classic, I've said this before, when backgrounds are hard to do, you just choose a setting to put them in. You put the characters in space, or you put them underwater, or you put them on snowy mountains, or you put them in a forest. You don't put them in a city or a town or some kind of science fiction setting with buildings, because that's all really complicated and tough to do. You just put them in the most generic, boring background space you can find, and then you can just skip past all of that stuff. It's so ridiculous. So once again, we start out, who's this? It doesn't matter. Story-wise, it's irrelevant if we don't know who he is, because in theory, we'll get told, right? The text. No matter the mission, no matter the job, I ask myself the exact same questions. 1, will I make it back alive? 2, is it personal? The answer determines the price and terms of engagement. But not this time. This time, it's bigger than me. This one's for all mankind. So once again, we get a new book and a new story with world-ending stakes. That, like, this is the most horrific thing possible, and the mission that we're on is going to determine the fate of all existence of humanity, just like over in Youngblood. But I bet you we don't find out anything. We get told this is a dramatic, horrible situation that's scary for everybody, but we don't get to see it through the story. You know, I bet you we just get random guy fighting faceless, shapeless, nameless nobodies, beating the shit out of them for pages upon pages, and then we get guest stars galore to just have characters show up. So if you're a grown-ass man who used to read these books as a kid, a teenager, or a young adult way back in the 90s, you get to see a character show up and you get to clap your hands and go, yay, look who it is. Oh my gosh, look, it's this guy, or it's that guy, or oh my God, it's that guy. Is that good storytelling? Again, faceless guy. No nondescript dude in the most basic outfit. He's walking, face shot, and then closer face shot. This is just the same fucking drawing. Why not do something else? There's so many options to choose from for panels and storytelling, but just face and closer face, staring straight at you. Gray tones look great. Gray tones look great. Oh, he's just up in a fucking tree. And, sorry, I gotta find it. Where is it? I was not prepared and I wasn't thinking about this. I might have to edit this out because I got to find it and I never have it. Oh my God. Right in front of my face. He's in a tree. Trees are very organic and kind of flowing organic shapes. But look, it's literally at like a right angle, straight and straight. That is the most obvious and basic way to ruin the idea of an organic object. A tree, a plant, an animal, is to put hard right angles. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, look, straight down and straight over. But I'm just a clown, right? What do I know? A guy, shirtless, in the snow. Well, not shirtless, sleeveless. Got a tank top on. Got the Tom Cruise haircut, bandana around his head. And oh, look, he's got the bow and the arrows, but no string. So it's the Shaft super technological bow and arrow thing. Well, you'd think that would be a unique one-off weapon, but no, literally any and every character, and it's several that show up in these extreme Liefeld books, anyone that has a bow and arrow is the same weapon. And then I would not have panel 2 be, you know, he's got the tree, but then he like butts it right up against the tree on the other side of the panel. So it kind of makes it look like it's one image and that it's not separated because it looks like the tree is just one shape. It's whatever. So he comes up to some fortress of some type. It says, Civil War broke out. The country, the world is on the brink of collapse. The Northern Alliance is furthest off the grid, the hardest terrain to navigate. They hold priority prisoners here. So he's up in a tree, and there's some kind of fortress and some nondescript loser soldier standing up there. He's got to get in there, I guess. I love the gray tones everywhere. The clouds in the sky. It's really neat. He's not trying to conceal himself at all, so I guess there's no surveillance, really. Plus, the fucker's on guard duty, can't see a man standing on a tree in plain sight, whatever. Once again, straight-on shot of the guy, close-up, straight-on shot of the guy. He says, light regiment, quick work. Remote posts are assigned to young recruits. Veterans avoid this like it's a death sentence. And they're not wrong. So he shoots arrows into the apparently young, stupid soldiers who don't know how to do anything. Look, it's taken us this many pages and this many straight-on shots of the guy's face just to have him walk through the snow, get up into a tree, and shoot some guys in the face. Everything here on these 3 pages could have been on page 1. And we would lose nothing, story-wise. But no, we got to just spread it out. Shoots arrows into the guys. All right. Good job. Oh, big close-up shot. Now he's running through the snow. I like the gray tones. It feels like a very snowy background. It's a weak-ass running pose. And then again, talk about fucking redundant panels. You got 3 panels. Here he is. He fired a rope of some type, somehow, some way, with some device. I guess maybe his bow and arrow, I guess. He shoots it up there to climb up the wall. And then we just take panel 2 and just take this exact same size and pose and position and just look at it from the side. What the fuck is the necessity of that? It adds 0 storytelling value at all. Just have one panel. Or close up on him, zoom in up on him, have his teeth gritted and have his hands pulling himself up the rope. you know, have his feet digging into the wall, anything. Just the same thing. What a waste of time. Now he's over at the top of the wall, and these are our backgrounds. It's supposed to be some fortress wall, so it's literally just a giant slab of concrete, perfectly vertical, stupid, brainless, faceless, masked soldier staring off in the wrong direction. So now our hero, whoever the fuck he is coming down the rope the other way, and then close up on his face. And look, he just like jump double kicks the guy in the back, I guess. The higher the wall, the deeper the pit. And that's what this is, a pit. They throw you away here to rot. This outpost was intended to be a dome. Conditions killed 3 construction crews before they abandoned it. Makes my job easier. Why keep people in this prison if they're just gonna, why not just kill the prisoners? If we do that, we don't have a story, right? That's a ridiculous reverse silhouette shot. And then I guess stupid arrow guy, I don't know, what is this shape right here? Like, he suddenly doesn't have his quiver, or his what is that right? His quiver with the arrows on his back. Is that it? Is it falling off him for some reason? It's not on his back up here. So it's not there. What is that? And if he loses it, why? It's still full of arrows. Now he's just got a gun in his hands. So I guess the guy he kicked in the back, he just shoots him to death, which, all right, sure. Close up on his gritted teeth face. Haven't seen that anywhere except in literally every shot. Gritted teeth face, gritted teeth face, gritted teeth face, gritted teeth face, gritted teeth face. Gritted, probably gritted. It's just the same fucking thing on repeat. Nothing is going on here. He says, sound the alarm. The ferryman is here. Payment is due. This is writing, everybody.
Because people talk like that. Yeah, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but, you know, Shakespeare can suck it. I'm the greatest writer now. Oh, dethroning Shakespeare is tight.
I love the gray tones. The kind of, like digital zipatone that's being used in here. That looks so neat. It just adds something so much more unique to this. So, okay. So, whoever the fuck this character is, now he's got some arrows in his hands. Where? Where from? He doesn't have his arrows with him anymore. They're literally showing it here. They are not there. Did he drop them? Now he's just got some arrows in his hands. And then I'm looking at this. I'm like, now he's using arrows as Wolverine-type claws. Really? Really? Where did I see that once before not too long ago? Oh yeah, in Youngblood #1. Remember 10-year-old Shaft here with his little 10-year-old body?
Ass like a 10-year-old boy.
He's got arrows to use as Wolverine claws. Well, if an idea is awesome once, it's awesome multiple times, right? This came first before the Youngblood. So whoever the hell this guy is, giant close-up shot of arrow claws slashing at another faceless guy. His helmet here is almost a perfect round circle. Slashing up with the arrow claws, ripping the guy's brains out, I suppose. Again, gray tones are really selling that. Looks great. Stabbing a fucker through the guts. Gritted teeth face, open mouth shot, gritted teeth, gritted teeth, gritted teeth, gritted teeth. Same thing over and over and over. How many pages are we into this? All of this could have been done on 3 pages, and we're probably 8 pages into it. Stab the guy. He says, just accept, he says, you accept a post out in this tundra, you're already dead. I'm just your escort to the afterlife.
Shakespeare can suck it. I'm the greatest writer now.
Service to a tyrannical, oppressive regime is finished. So, sound effects. Splort, slice, schlack. You know, trying to find the good. There's some energy and movement going on in these things. You know, slashing the guy. That's one of the few things that Liefeld, when he's on, he used to get it right all the time, every time. The energy and movement. Not so much anymore, but this has kind of got it. And again, Mr. Rick Seidler, his gray tones on all of this, really helping sell it. Like, This is what I would want a book to look like just in general, no matter what. God, another giant shot of just the guy standing there, screaming mouth now. Screaming mouth, gritted teeth, blood, guts, just pages upon pages of guy killing nobodies. And he goes on about in the aftermath of the fall of the president, emergency powers seized government, sovereign accords, world police, whatever. Anatomically, this thing is just all over the place. His biceps connecting to his pectoral muscles and stuff like that. It's just so ridiculous. It doesn't work at all. But whatever, people love it. He said he was on the right side of the 1,000 Days War, but we couldn't hold the line. So he's still just murdering. Like, the guy's got to be dead, but he just keeps stabbing him to death. So I would imagine this is supposed to be multiple different guys. Although you don't see him. You only ever see like one at a time. Like one guy, and then there's two there. Then he kills, I guess, two of them there. But then he jumps down, there's one guy, and he just murders the shit out of him. And then he runs into one more guy. I'm just imagine this guy that he's killing, this actually makes it awesome. I'm 100% certain this is not what Liefeld intended. But this makes it 1,000 times more interesting. There's literally one guy. And so whoever the fuck this dumbass is he just proceeds to shred him to pieces, page after page after page. The same one guy, and he just never stops. Now, if we'd seen multiple figures in the background, how hard would it be to, at the very least, the most basic, draw silhouette shapes of multiple guys jumping and coming after you, so it looks like he's killing multiple people. But it looks like it's just the one dude. So he gets this one guy, punches him across the face, draws blood, uppercuts him again, draws blood, stabs him through the chest, slices him again, more blood. It looks like he cuts his fucking head off, maybe. Is that what's supposed to be going on? I don't know.
Bullshit!
But it looks like it's the same one guy. Keep stabbing him, slicing him, stabbing him, slicing him, stabbing him. Slack, splorched, stuck, snicked. Sound effects everywhere. Love these gray tones, these zipper tones in there. It makes it look so good. And like the spot red, that works. So anyway, whoever the hell this dumbass character is just fucking murders the shit out of this poor guy. And then once again, we got to have a glory shot of him just standing there. Full figure shot, close-up of a face. How many times have we seen something basically like that? How about right there? Glory shot of the guy, close-up of his face. It's just on repeat. Glory shot of the guy, close-up of his face over here. How about glory shot of the guy, no close-ups, but at least glory shot, right? Glory shot of the guy, close-up of his face. Just rinse, repeat, over and over, shit it onto paper, and everyone loves it. And of course, the text is supposed to tell us stuff that's supposed to make us fucking care about this asshole. He's like, my family died at the hands of pigs like these. My father captured, likely tortured, executed. Service to the sovereign confined these men to a prison post that will serve as their crypt. Word of their demise will never carry outside. Word of their demise will never carry outside these walls. Their fate's unknown. So again, there's one fucking guy. So he just shredded this poor guy, like he was just stabbing a dead body for multiple panels, and I actually find that hilarious. Like, I've got to work that into a comic somewhere where one guy just keeps stabbing the dead body. Anyway, so now I guess that he's defeated the one guy in this empty compound. So he's like, the barracks are all empty. One final pen to clear. The exceptionals are held in cages, starved and isolated. Medieval practices delight the sovereign. So there's... Is this supposed to be like metal grating on the ground somehow, some way? I guess we're looking up at it, and that's what it's supposed to be. Cruel and inhumane, many I've located died from the elements. To survive conditions like these requires the strongest of wills. Did he just grow a fucking mustache? Look, he's got a little Hitler mustache.
Din mustasch är ju helt kaputt för fan. Då får du ju abraken.
Abraken?
Han ser inte klok ut.
Mein Mustache. This is eine ariske Mustache.
Okay. Well, who's he gonna find in this hole in the ground? It's been pages upon pages of pointless stabbing and killing. It's time for a fucking, oh my God, look who this is. So he looks in there and he says, Colonel Stone, and he says, Bo, can it really be? So this is our introduction to Colonel Stone. It's Colonel John Helix Stone, a.k.a. Battlestone, forged in the fires of Project Born Again, the first of the Regen, storied commander of the resistance in the Battle of Westport, long believed dead, except for those of us who held out hope. Okay, Battlestone. Do we give a fuck? I mean, I think we're supposed to give a fuck, but why do we give a fuck? Why? Why do we care? Because we've seen him in old books from Extreme Studios back in the 90s and probably haven't seen him anywhere hardly since. And then look at the way he's introduced. Emotionless face staring at us. Reverse shot on the hero, Bo apparently. Emotionless face shot. And then back to Battlestone. Emotionless face staring at us. And then full page splash of emotionless face staring at us. Face, face, face. This could all be one page. Have these three panels, three small panels across the top, put him in extreme heavy shadows where you can't see him at all. There's just a silhouette shape. And he's like Colonel Stone. And then in panel 3, have him leaning forward a little bit and we get a little bit of highlight on his face and have the skull illuminated in light, and then have the bottom 3/4 of the panel be the big close-up of his face here. Like, have him be in shadow at least a little bit and then reveal it. This is lazy. This is boring. And the fanboys are like, look what he did. It's Battlestone. It's Battlestone. Look, there he is. See the skull on his head? That tells me it's Battlestone. Fucking stupid book. Beautiful gray tones, though. Oh, and then just fucking, oh yeah, you get one guest star. Oh my God, one guy shows up. So I guess down in the hole, there's just 4 of them. And these poor guys have been through some horrific torture. Because then we get a fucking inspirational quote. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all of the darkness. From Desmond Tutu. I have no idea who or what that is. So we get 4 guys. We got Battlestone. He's standing there. He looks relatively intact. There's fucking Captain Freedom.
Who the hell is that?
Who is Captain Freedom? Oh my God, it's KO. Expert marksman and skilled martial artist. This poor fucker has had his arm cut off and his leg cut off. Poor guy. He can't shoot any more bow and arrows at all. Oh, he even got his lower leg over here cut off. I feel really bad for him. And then Atlas. He looks like he's got his right arm cut off. Last time I saw Atlas, he was in the Brigade miniseries and he died in issue, 3 or 4? Never seen again. But oh my God, everyone, look, clap. It's Atlas. Remember him? Do you remember him? Atlas from Brigade. He's back. Who cares? And what are the fucking costumes that they're put in? Liefeld puts everybody in like little onesie tight outfits, and then his little costume designs are like straps around the upper biceps and or the wrists, gauntlets, and then maybe some kind of headgear or shoulder outfits, things to put on them. They're all wearing little onesie outfits. Like they should be in tattered, loose clothing, shredded clothes that are ripped and torn and deteriorating. And where are they getting all their gains from if they're sitting here being tortured forever? Why are they still so fucking ripped? I mean, that's like a minor thing in the world of fucking comic books. Who cares? It'd be way more interesting if they were emaciated and weak and lying on the ground on the verge of death, drooling, and now we found them. That would be more interesting. But they're jacked as fuck, ready to go in their perfect little spandex outfits. Although we're going to have to get some cybernetic connections for his arms and legs and shit like that. One, I should mention that I understand that they're not actually missing limbs and shit. It's just Liefeld's trying to show them coming out of shadow. But 2, I don't fucking care because it's so poorly done. I choose to think that they're missing fucking arms and legs. So it says, before me stands a brigade. Wait, what? I guess there is a period there. Before me stands a brigade. Before me, I see the seeds of a revolution. Okay, if you say so. So, I guess they all got out of the pit. It was a square, or rather a rectangular hole in the ground. Right? Now there's just a round shape, and I guess they climbed out. So now, oh my God, Battlestone, this is so exciting. He says, we've been at this location at least 6 weeks. They moved us every few weeks prior. Feels like this was our final resting place until you intervened. Well done, soldier. And so, guy here just says, I just want to get back into the fight. Fucking look. Stupid Bo, I guess is who is this. Look, he's got his arrows back on his back. There's no straps around him to hold it on there, but he just got his arrows back. He just spent the last several pages not having them. Oh, no, they just appeared there. Yep, my mistake. They just appeared there after disappearing. They're not there. They're not there or there or there or there. But he gets done stabbing this fucker. We actually see his bare back. And the next panel, his arrows are just there. No one else in the universe making comics would get away with this. Why does Liefeld get a fucking hall pass? Why is this okay? Some of you are out there are watching this will want to defend this and explain to me why I'm completely out of line and I need to just enjoy comics. But explain this shit. Besides, it's just awesome. Some guy is bending down and taking the shackles off his leg. Who's got fucking shackles on their legs? And who is that? I mean, I'm guessing that's Battlestone because he's got the little weird, stupid shoulder harness things. Somebody is saying, I killed the satellite feeds to the barracks. The signal from the callers should bounce off the sky for now. Your power should be restored shortly. Battlestone, bearded Battlestone. He says, how'd you find us, Bo? How are you managing in these conditions? He's like, I'm just built different, sir. That's so fucking heroic, isn't it? I'm built different.
I'm built different.
Oh, shit.
Fuck him. So we got to get moving. It's only a matter of time until their beacon is alerted. So now they're in a tunnel? Where? A tunnel of what? Where did they fucking go? We've seen no backgrounds except snowy trees and mountains and then some concrete walls. I guess they just go find a tunnel with some pipes and shit. He actually tried to do some backgrounds-ish, sort of-ish there. Battlestone's asking Stupid Bo, who looks like he shrunk down, or Battlestone just grew huge. Look at these fucking walking poses they're doing. Just in a perfect line. Look at the lazy drawing. How many of us are left? And Bo says, a small but resolute group of us are disrupting the system, sir. Where are we headed? There's only one way out of here. It's over the lake. It's frozen over, but it won't hold transport, so they'll have to follow on foot. By the time they send air support, we'll be in the mountain range. He says, with our powers intact, we can summon the stamina it's going to require. And then in the tunnel is giant silhouetted robot shape thing. Halt. Surrender or suffer the consequences.
You are illegally parked on private property. You have 20 seconds to move your hand.
Flying robots fucking sucks. Because there's a lot of angular shapes and tech and detail. And remember, if something is hard to do, don't do it. Just put it in silhouettes and give him like glowing shapes. Now, if this was just the introductory shot, and this is the only way that we see him is this way right here, and then you get to see him in full elsewhere, that would be fine. Nope. And so I'm like, well, who's shooting at him? Oh, I think this is supposed to be the robot shooting himself. He says, halt. He says halt, but then he just opens fire. It literally says, surrender or suffer the consequences, implying that it should stop and be like, kind of like Ed 209, you know, like, you have 10 seconds to comply.
Please put down your weapon. You have 20 seconds to
That's what should
comply.
be going on here. But no, it's just halt or suffer the consequences, and then he just opens fire. God, I love that this was an Ed 209 RoboCop thing where he just unloads and just blows holes into them, like in that office scene. Captain Freedom is. He says, yield, robot, or be destroyed. So he jumps up. He says, you'll be crushed like the panzers at Normandy. Ask the German High Command how they fared under the barrage of my furious fists. Captain Freedom is victorious. Ask the German High Command? You mean the fucking people that have been dead for almost a century?
He's the worst criminal of all time.
Do you know him, sir?
In the 1940s, Hitler was a kung fu champion. He was so good at kung fu that he decided to change his name to Kung Fuhrer.
Ask them? I think Captain Freedom is a fucking idiot. In fact, I'm sure of it. He's in this comic. And so Bo, he just, out of the blue, someone kicks him in the face. Boom, not so fast, soldier boy. You served your purpose, but now let the professionals do our thing. Who the fuck is this? Out of the blue, another girl with short hair, but then a rat tail ponytail coming out from behind her. She says, stay down, Bo. You're exhausted. You don't stand a chance. So then Battlestone says, drop your sword. Does she have a sword? Who the fuck has got a sword? Her? You don't see it anywhere. She kicks him, and it looks like she punches him, and then she grits her teeth. Oh, I guess there's a glowing shape here. That's a sword. Fucking Jesus God, it's so stupid. So, yeah. Girl shows up. Drop your sword. And then, now Battlestone gets punched from out of nowhere. So it's just repeat of the same thing. Guy gets kicked from out of nowhere, a little bit of a fight. Battlestone gets punched from out of nowhere, and somebody says, don't even think about it, brother. You're spent. Even with your powers returning, you're running on empty. This wouldn't be a fair fight. Besides, we're here to help. Oh my God, it's Bloodstrike himself, the dickless wonder. Bloodstrike to the rescue, same as it ever was. Blood brothers forever, am I right? This full shot of Mr. Bloodstrike is not too bad. It's anatomically kind of okay. You know, it's obviously not photorealistic. Not that that's the judgment, the measure by which we judge good art and superheroic proportions. But I don't mind it. It's kind of okay. Gray tones are selling the fuck out of it. I really love the kind of the gray tones going around the corners there. Okay, sure. Another character is showing up. So we start out seeing Battlestone, and then we see KO and Atlas and whoever the fuck Captain Freedom is. And then this girl, who is she? Who the fuck is she? I don't know. Bloodstrike's there. He's, oh my God, Bloodstrike. Oh my holy Lord fucking hell.
He swears a lot, doesn't he?
Just a giant double-page spread of who the fuck is this? He's like, I'll fight you to my last breath. And so Bloodstrike says, don't do this. Who do you think hired Bo to spring you in the first place? What? These fucking assholes hired this fucking asshole to get him out of jail, which he did successfully. And so their way of showing thanks is to show up and start beating the fuck out of him? Battlestone, and fuck, who's that? Is that Cold Snap or Kill Snap or Fuck Snap? Who the and then is that supposed to be Shogun? Is that the name of the robot? Who's the girl? It, you know, once again, little skin tight onesie outfits, and who's he staring at and gritting his teeth at? He's not looking at anybody. That shot of Bloodstrike is kind of cool. You know, the muscles and stuff. It's for Liefeld, it's kind of okay. Drawing the robot's a pain in the ass. So again, just silhouette it out and put circles. But they're all on the same team. They hired the guy to rescue them, but they show up and just start beating the shit out of him. Fucking pissed. So Battlestone's pissed. He should be. I guess they're shooting at him. There's bullets bouncing off him. See, ting, ting. Why is he shooting at him? We're trying to rescue you. This is fucking 10-year-old writing. Just action figures smashing up against each other. Battlestone says, I have no time for meddling. Whoever you are, you greatly underestimate my resolve in this matter. So it's like, what the hell? If we were brothers, you'd know my powers have evolved. Stone is so much more than my name. So he can grow into a giant rock monster like Badrock, except he's got the skull on his head. So he can grow into a giant stone monster, which in terms of a new additional power that this character's got, I'm fine with that. Who cares? whatever. Bullets don't even register, so Bloodstrike says, bullets is all I have. Blockhead can't blame a guy for buying time. So while they're shooting and fighting and standing and whatever, there's a energy vortex in the background. Bloodstrike says, looks like we've got some company. And then from the vortex, it says, a voice says, we can only hope we've arrived in time. Oh my God, we're going to get more characters showing up that we know. We're so excited. Who could this possibly be? Holy fucking Christ. Look, it's Cross from the Berserkers. And the big guy is Greylore. This jump is all we've had left. There's no going backwards. This is Axe, and she's with Wildmane. We're the Berserkers. And this one, he's the man with the plan. Oh my God, it's Prophet. Everyone's fucking showing up except the Youngblood characters, because at the time of making this book, he did not have the rights to the Youngblood characters, which is why it's called Last Blood. I felt like this was Liefeld getting out there to showing the guy who kind of finagled the rights away from him for Youngblood to go like, you know what? I don't need my Youngblood characters. I can just create a book with all my other remaining characters, and then I'll just do awesome shit with them, and off we go. Which is fine, which is good. Like, do it. I get it. I'm all for that. But it's just like, there's nothing here. And that's it. That's the end of the story. There's a preview for the next book. Nothing happened. All of this could have been shown in the first 8 pages, and you could have interjected more stuff. But we want to have an art-driven book, which is fine. I get art-driven stuff. But when you see it's just repeat of the same shit over and over and over. Stand, fight, introduce characters. Stand, fight, more characters show up. Stand, fight, more characters show up. And it's just like, oh my God, look who it is. Look who it is. Look who it is. Oh my gosh, look who it is. And for some reason, people have this like amazing connection to this Prophet character, like he's the greatest character ever created. I don't get it. I do not understand why Prophet is so excitable to people. I get why people like the artwork that Stephen Platt did years ago, but was the character interesting? What looks interesting to me is next issue. So this stuff, it doesn't say, but I'm almost 100% certain that this fella, Stefan Rickseidler, who did the manga tones, this is him doing like straight up inks and adding all kinds of texture and more interesting organic line work. I have seen these things in black and white on the internet for a while. And I have to say, this version of Liefeld's art, it's got his kind of weird anatomy and proportions, but the inking and finishing on this, given over to that other guy, this stuff looks infinitely more fascinating and good. Even not doing the gray tones, but in the full color, this stuff looks awesome. I want to see this. This looks great. All things considered. Again, it's Prophet in the stupid outfit, slicing with the sword at nothing you can't see, but, you know, these are cropped pages and panels, so, you know, this is kind of spliced together from different stuff, but this looks fantastic. This I actually want to see. I know I shit all over Liefeld's crappy artwork, and I've given you all the reasons. I counter me. Tell me why I'm wrong. But there is something about his work that can still be exciting, the energy and the movement and the silliness and the overtop nature of it, but give it over to somebody who can finish it like this. This is way more interesting. So I'm pretty certain Last Blood #2 exists, and this is what it is. I really, really want to see that. So I'm on the hunt for that one. But all that being said, nothing happened except guy shows up and then some repeating pages of fighting and introduce characters. Like, that could have been done in 5, 6, 7, 8 pages. I don't know how many pages are in this, but it's a standard-ish size comic. You know, I appreciate the fact there's no ads in this. It's just all pure the art. So if you're into Liefeld and his characters and you love this stuff, this is great because, you know, it's everything in there is the stuff that you want if you're a fan of this stuff. And again, the gray tone, this manga version, it's the best the stuff has looked. I think it looks fantastic. I'm a big fan of it. But it's still just like, really? Like, really? It's kind of hard. But I don't know. It is what it is. So that's all I've got on Last Blood. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Tell me what you think. those gray tones work for you. They, as obviously, like I said, they really, really work for me. It made this visually interesting and exciting to look at. It's given me direction of what I kind of think I would like my books to look like given the opportunity. And kind of have that coming up in a way. You'll see what me and Mr. Chuck Gibson are pulling together. It's kind of excited for it. It's coming soon. So, Last Blood, #1, manga edition. It's something. But that's all I've got for this one. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time.